How many times? I've done yours a couple of times.
Right?
Huh?
Yeah. You're always trying to get me on 9 o'clock. Perfect.
They've been asking me for you, but I'm like, I don't like asking people because I want people to say no.
No, fucking ask.
But you said yes right away. I really appreciate
your family.
it.
I was very honored that you'd even have me on your podcast.
You're a criminal, aren't you?
Used to X.
I am opening with that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Because I was in Canada, and the club owner at Calgary was like, "What should I bring here?" I go, "What acts?" I go, "First foremost, Joey Diaz." And he goes, "Can he even get in the country?" And then I go, "Oh yeah, he has criminalities."
Criminal.
Yeah. You hit somebody with a pipe? What happened?
Felonious.
Didn't you hit somebody with a pipe?
No, I kidnapped somebody.
Oh,
I did a
that's close.
Rip. I did a drug rip.
You did a drug rip?
Yeah, like you show up and you're supposed to have cash, but you have dick. You have a fucking gun and a...
Yeah. That was in Denver? What was that, in Colorado?
In Denver. Boulder.
In Boulder, Colorado. That's how I've heard of it. Yeah. There's Cubans out there?
No, I went out there because they were looking for me in Jersey. So
oh, really?
Yeah.
You went out there.
I was a hellion, man.
Yeah, you were.
I was a hellion. It's so funny how when I met you, I was just crossing over. Like that's when I was crossing over. Like once I got to the Comedy Store, I was still a criminal. I'll still throw a glass at you. I'll still throw a bottle at you. You know me. I'm still an animal.
Yeah.
But that thief and shit and all that scam and shit went away because I saw other scammers up there. And I saw how bad it looked.
It's a full house of scammers.
Yeah,
that
it's a full house of scammers.
Well, it's cleaned out now, but before it was like Deadwood.
You had to go in there and fucking rock the house.
You had to rock the house.
Yeah.
You had to fucking always check your back pocket.
Always.
Right.
Always. You know, and I was up there addicted to coke, the first fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
Snorting blow and fucking drinking.
I feel bad because I used to, when I was using drugs, I used to give you pills all the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah.
I'd eat them.
I know you would eat them. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, he wouldn't even ask me. He would just look at me, and I would just pull it out.
Oh, wow.
And he would just eat them.
And I just eat them.
Yeah.
Why, yes, I trust you.
Yeah.
If the FDA approves them, fuck it, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Don't be giving me that ching-ching shit. Make my dick hard for 2 days. That shit'll kill you.
Yeah. I'm not going to give you no ching-ching.
I'm doing my thing. I'm having a great time in Seattle doing the open mics, dodging the cops, going to anger management. It was always something. I'm making, so I started, I didn't go back to Boulder. So I started my own sports betting service. I rented an office above Josh Wolf's business. Me and the girl had broken up for a while, so I lived in the office. That's the office that had a bathroom, just a bathroom with a toilet, no shower. So I had to join a gym to take showers. But I can't tell you how many nights I had to take a shit at like 12 o'clock at night, and the cleaning lady would be in the building. You're not supposed to live in an office.
Yeah.
I was living in a rented office for $125. They would try to knock on the door to come in to clean the office. I wouldn't let them. I'm working. Go away. I had an 800 number there. You could call me for football. And I was giving out picks. I'm doing it by myself. And I'm having a great fucking time. And I remember how many nights I would just open the window and piss out the window. and people would go, what the fuck is going on up there? I would just take my dick out. I'd be all drunk and coked up. And I would just piss out the window. Let me tell you something. A couple nights I shit out that window. I would just put my ass out the window and just drop 2 turds out of my ass and look down, and they would fly down. It was like the 3rd floor. I had the... I can't tell you how many times I shit myself.
I'm the most boring person in the world.
Right.
I sit in my room, I smoke joints, I go to the gym, I go to a nice restaurant, like whatever is like something local to get the local flavor, and I'm back in my hotel room.
Yeah.
Those days of drugging and all that shit, those days are gone.
Yeah.
We smoke a joint after the show in front of the hotel, and then every man goes their own way. You get a bag of Doritos, and you take it to your room and watch Law and Order till
maybe
the phone
you spank
rings.
one out. You do that. The highlight is that spank that you do around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where you don't fuck around with tissues. You get, and not even a hand towel. You get the bath towel, and you drape that thing from your chest down to your balls, and you get lotion. I'm a dry guy. I usually just I don't use anything. When I'm in a hotel, I get that lotion. I fill my hand with that shit.
That's disgusting. That is really fucking disgusting. You can't be a normal Catholic and just go in a shower, hotel shower before I'm leaving. I get on the floor, I bang one out, I come on my own stomach, I loofah it off. It's good loofah chemicals and sperm. I don't put it on my face just in case it attracts different people. You know, gay men could smell that sperm on your cheek and they go fucking bananas. It's like cologne.
Yeah.
You
It's
take
like
a little
Chanel.
sperm, you put it on your fucking neck. It's like high karate. Next thing you know, fucking, you got gay men. You're at an LGBTQ parade. You're playing the drums for the Go-Go's. You know. We got to have some fun, Greg Fitzsimmons. If we're going to go down, we're going to go down in flames. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck no more.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. And I'm happy we can continue the saga.
We'll keep it going
here.
whenever you're available, my friend.
So I couldn't really go off.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Next time we do this, I'll cover the fucking holes in this story. There's more excitement in this story, but I got the FBI upstairs. So I'm living in this office. I'm kind of dating the crazy chick that I love.
This is still the stripper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one day we go to she was into nature. She really liked nature. She's a hippie broad, you know. So we go to this fucking river, and it's got like these little caves that you go into. And the water just runs through you. It's tremendous. At that time, we went to see Pearl Jam at Waterworks Park.
Yeah, back then.
I mean, it was just, we were fucking living it up, me and this broad. I'm stealing 20s from her every night. We're having a fucking blast. You know.
Yeah.
So we're at this fucking reservoir. I'll never forget this, whatever this fucking thing is. And we're drinking Bottles and James wine coolers.
Yeah, I remember.
And she's got a tremendous ass, you know, and I'm looking at her ass. She's got a bikini on. And I'll never forget, we got into some type of argument. We weren't taught, like, she wasn't the, whatever you want to do, it's fine, you know, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what this girl's problem is. So I finished the fucking Bottles and James. And I'm looking at her fucking ass. She's laying there, and I'm looking at her pussy. And I take the bottle, and I start rubbing it on her pussy with the bikini on. Just rubbing it with the pussy, with the bikini on it, rubbing it. And I can see her hips are starting to move. She's starting to get hot. So I pull the bikini over, and I take the bottle, and I start playing with a clit and the whole fucking thing. And I start putting the bottle into her pussy.
No.
And I'm just,
right there?
oh, you know me. We're fucking freaks, me and this girl. And I'm working her with the fucking bottle, nice and slow. She's moaning and groaning. I'm getting into it. I'm about to take the Cuban egg roll out and yank it myself, right? I'm about to whack off and come on her fucking hair or her titties or whatever. I'm working her with this fucking bottle. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. And next thing you know, I hear the suction from the bottle. She was about to have a period.
No.
So the suction, it created a vacuum when I was going in and out. And all of a sudden, it squirted, like the blood started filling up the bottle. I thought I cut her with the bottle, so I can't see blood. So I fainted. I just go backwards. Boom, and I faint. She wakes me up. She's putting ice on me and shit. She's putting water on me.
So here I'm hanging out with let's just call him Boj for this. I'm doing little jobs for Boj. Nobody knows. I wouldn't tell anybody because I didn't want to ruin my relationship with Boj. I was doing little jobs for Boj. You know, I was doing the lumber yard, and I was doing robberies with Denny. Right, so now Mr. Denny comes to me one day and he goes, the devil's father? Because I was allowed in their house. They had a hot sister, and then they had a brother. The Denny's house was a very complex house. You had Mike Denny and a sister who was beautiful, and they were twins. Then you had the older Denny, and then you had a medium Denny who thought he was Jimmy Page. He quit high school when he was like 9. And he just played the guitar by the park. And he would try to be like that dude that was like very coolish. But the claim to fame of Denny is he had a chick that would suck your dick on demand. So if you'd see Denny, he'd go, "What are you doing right now?" "Nothing." "Suck his dick." So she never sucked my dick. I could be strictly, and I'll tell you the truth.
I know you would.
I saw him a couple times, and he was such a creepy dude, and she was good looking. But then one night he took her to a party, and she sucked 22 dicks.
Come on.
I heard she burped and came out at the end and said, "Who's next?" So then I heard like a month later she blew 18 more guys.
Come on.
So they started calling her Marathon Woman. And she would sit in class and people would go, "Marathon, Marathon." I'll never forget her taking a picture. She was a year older than me and looking at the yearbook and seeing her like Marathon, and then like seeing like her name, like Mary, whatever her name was, and most likely to succeed. And I'm like, she sucked 40 dicks in 2 nights without even burping. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was the claim to fame to Jimmy Denny.
That is a lot of dicks.
Bro, this chick sucked 20. She broke the record. She broke the record.
She's a record breaker.
I don't even know what the record was. I think Houston 500 broke her record when she fucked the 500 people. But the Denny's were weird. But let me tell you how I had it. I was 16 and a half. And I was hanging out with Denny. And he goes, "Bro, we got to figure out a way for you to be able to drive." I go, "Den, I got my learning permit, but I can't." He goes, "Fuck that shit." About a week later, his father called Mr. Denny, called me at the bend. He's like, "You got a minute? Come over." I went over there. Mr. Denny's outside. There's a driving school guy with a little hat car with like driving school.
Yeah.
It's like Denny's driving school. It's like his cousin.
Instructor.
I walked up. He's like, "Give him a license."
Give him a license.
Give him a license. Write your name down, kid. I wrote Jose Diaz. I lied on my date of birth. I wrote it for it to be 1962 instead of 63. The guy gave me a receipt and I had a license. Yeah,